Hello.
Hello, man. How are you?
I'm good. Sergio and Fabian.
Thank you, man, for taking this interview.
My pleasure. Yeah, I think so. In a way, no, because Opeth always been. I said it before, but it's like a filter we have, and Michael is the main songwriter and everything. He is the great visionary of the band, but everybody has a take on it. But for every album, we listen to the songs, and if we're all happy with it and can stand up for it 100%, we will go for it. You can't really make a song and thinking about, will that old school fans love it, or somebody else or certain person with a certain direction? Well, that might appeal to that one. We don't think in terms like that, really. Yep. If people don't like it, that's the way it's just gonna end up. You can't do more than do your best and stick to your gut feel, and we do our best all the time, and we try to put our entire hearts into the music. For now, we just has it as our own company, and we're still working with Atomic Fire Records, which is a continuation of Marcus Steiger's. He split it with Nuclear Blast, of course, the founder of Nuclear Blast, and we're still licensed through a bigger record label. For now, it's more of a business thing, I guess, but it's nice to own your own recordings, of course, and license them. It's a cool thing, It's been done before in history, like Led Zeppelin had Swan Song, right, for instance, and it's but we're not planning to signing bands because we're not like label people. We're too no, we couldn't do that. I think there might have been a couple of ideas to start working on, and our goal is to write and record a new album this year. And the way Michael works is that we're doing this tour now in South America and Central America, is that we will, after this tour is done, we're not going to tour anymore for this year. That's the way his brain works, in a way, even though we might have started on a few ideas. To be able to focus 100% on the new album. It's two separate things, the touring and that, and yeah, a lot of bands, I guess, they wrote a new album during the pandemic and stuff, but we didn't. Michael was busy doing the Netflix Clark series, and I did some work with Ghost, for instance. I played the guitar on the new Ghost album and worked on some other stuff, but our ambition is to do a new album this year. It was great, I'm friends with Tobias, and he asked me, can you come down and do a few solos on the new album? And I said, yeah, sure, I can help you out. And then when I got there, they asked me, do you play any rhythm guitar? And yeah, well, about 90% of the time I do, actually. And I did a song called 20s, which is a bit more heavy rhythm, a bit more metal-ish type of, and they liked it apparently, and they asked me to do all the guitars, and it was a lot of guitar work, actually. I was in the studio for 6 weeks working 10 hours a day. It was a great experience. It was different from Opeth because I was more produced. It's like it was more of a session job. Yeah, definitely. But we will
Okay.
try to surprise everyone and shock everyone. Well, the album was written in Swedish, so that's the way it was demoed and written and firstly recorded. And it was actually, in a way, a commercial decision, I would say, because a lot of people don't know Swedish, and it felt like we had to do it. And it was kind of cool to also do something even more different, release it on two languages.
Yeah.
And give the listeners a choice. Maybe you prefer the Swedish one better than the English. And Mike said, translating the lyrics would be very difficult, but in the studio, it ended up not being so difficult. The words, the meaning of the words are, I think they're very close to, translations are very close to the original lyrics. It's not that the content has changed.
Yeah.
The contents are still there, which is important, of course. And but it's kind of interesting. I remember when we released it, a lot of people that doesn't speak Swedish, they enjoy those versions better. Maybe because of the tonality of the phrasings or something. I don't know. But it's kind of interesting. A bit like a Eros Ramazzotti effect, the Italian pop singer. I think so. I mean, there has to be some. For Opeth, it's very important not to repeat ourselves, and it's a challenge every time. And some bands you kind of want to have similar approach for every album. Not to mention any names, but some bands for instance, like AC/DC, they're all different albums, but you still want to have. It's a different ball game, really. But there are ways to do stuff different, and we will do our best to do that next time. And I can't reveal anything about certain stuff. We're talking about doing something slightly different. Well, we have since last time we have a new drummer now called Valtteri. Vernon, who stepped in for Axe, who stepped out from us after the pandemic. He's younger than us. He's 28 years old. He played with Bottom After Midnight with Alexi before he passed on, and he also been filling in for Axe in Bloodbath, the death metal band. But also he played with Paradise Lost for 8 years before this. I saw a video with him playing Devil's Orchard, which is kind of demanding track for a drummer, because it's more definitely progressive stuff, but it has a lot of different elements for a drummer to nail. And we saw it 1 year before he joined the band, and we had him in our back of our minds that, wow, he really nailed that song perfect, And then Jonas from Catatonia knew him, and he put him in touch with us, and we were in Spain, and Michael called him up, and he was very happy to get the offer. And we done 2 tours with him, and he's just nailing everything, and he's really like a vitamin injection for us. And also we have a different keyboard player. Joachim has been with us for a long time now. Last time Per was playing with us. But anyhow, I think when we did last tour, we looked at ourselves. We never sounded this good, actually, this tight, and because Valtteri is really nailing the old school fast kick on that stuff is just spot on, like a Duracell rabbit. And anyhow, you will expect we're playing the 33rd year's anniversary tour, which was initially supposed to be the 30th anniversary tour that we were supposed to do before the pandemic. So we're going to play one song from each album, which is 13 albums, 13 songs. And for once, first time basically, we're going to play Black Rose Immortal, for instance, that a lot of old school fans have been asking about, which is a very long song, more than 20 minutes. And we've been playing that for a while now, and it's really fun playing that old school stuff. So I think it's a really good live set. We're not going to play the set in a chronological order. We will mix it up. Yeah, I think we have a great flow in the way we have the order of the songs now. And we have a couple of songs we alternate with if we have to. But yeah, I mean, we did 16 shows with this set list, and we're going to start rehearsing tomorrow to get ready to fly out to Sao Paulo. We start in Sao Paulo in Brazil, first date. And yeah, we're pumped up, you know. We're especially coming back to Colombia. We haven't been there for a long time, you know, so. We hope to see you 16th of February, quite soon, and we're going to start rehearsing tomorrow, and we're going to play a long set list for you guys, and hope to see you there. Meanwhile, take care.